Okay. Let's start the clock. Okay. Things are running a bit slow this morning, me included. Oh, John. Right. I need to alter that because this is episode 381. Great. No sign of Peter on Messenger either. And he's not seen the post. So, interesting. Okay, we're live today on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook and Twitch, and the website, of course. And as soon as that clock is finished, we will appear, as if by magic. And we're nearly there. Good morning, John.
Good morning, Stephen.
Good to see you. And let's level things up a bit. Okay, so yeah, how are things with you?
They're all right. We booked a holiday. We can't go abroad, obviously, because of Celia's health, but we're going to Cornwall on the 15th for a week.
Oh, brilliant. Be good to get away. And Cornwall
we haven't been on holiday since 2018 because Celia was ill with her heart in 2019, and then we got locked down.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We've been caged.
Yeah. And last year, well, her Christmas present was to be told she had breast cancer. So, yeah, last year was a write-off as well.
Good morning, Peter.
Morning.
Mic working, video working, you're good. How are you?
Not too bad, Phil. I had a better sleep last night. I'm struggling to sleep lately.
Yeah.
Been under the weather. I put a post out on Facebook. You may be seeing somebody felt under the weather, but you'd be surprised how many people said they were. It must be I don't know if the weather does it to you, but it just felt lethargic,
Welcome to the show. And this is Blowing for Britain, episode 381. And we're still going.
You look very lit up, Peter.
Yes, that's just sitting in front of the window.
I know. But your hand, for instance, is totally white. You can't see it.
Hold on, I'll take this down and see how much point it does.
Blimey. I didn't realise it was going to... That's much better, Peter.
That's my...
You look human now. I said, you look human now.
Are you human or are you dancer? Yeah, I mean, it's quite a dark room. I've no lights on, so why am I so pale?
You look fine now.
Yeah, better.
Notice I've not shaved.
It's not that high a definition.
No, you're fortunate. The camera's very kind because we're only going out at 720p. If we were going out in 4K, then every bristle would show.
Right.
But at the moment it doesn't. We can't see that close, which is...
you can see my bristles though, but they're going to have a chop later today.
Oh, right. Okay. Yes, we can. We can. Right. Okay. Today or this morning, but just 1 minute past midnight, something amazing happened. Do you know what it was?
No, I haven't even looked at the news today.
Then let me bring this on screen. And let me go like this. And like this. We're getting closer.
Threads, yes.
A new social network has been launched.
Oh, Threads.
While you were sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks promising. It looks like somebody's been testing it because it works out the box. I've joined, of course. And so as Gordon Ramsay, which obviously is a good reason to join. And it's obviously a Twitter competitor. It's aimed directly at Twitter. I mean, you've got threads and you've got comments. So threads equal posts on Twitter. And you can post images, you can post videos. And it just remains to be seen how well it does do. In the first few hours, 5 million people joined. It's now up to 10 million. So, and because it's backed by Facebook, it stands a good chance of actually getting somewhere. I mean, the thing, as with all things, it's a question of building a community. And I, at the moment, am a member of a community of 2. In other words, I've only got 1 follower. But by the end of the day, I'm hoping to have about 30 or 40. And that will give me a chance to explore and find out what's going on. What do you think? Will you be joining?
Don't know. I have got an Instagram account, but I don't do anything with it.
What would you can join with the Instagram account, and then you can click one button and follow everybody automatically. So it takes all the hassle out of finding people. The only thing you know is that my Instagram account is relatively new, and I don't have the few thousand people I used to have, which is perhaps in some ways a good thing. But I do think that this is going to go places. Peter, your thoughts?
I don't know. I use Facebook quite a lot, right? I know I'm on Twitter every day now, but I do not comment.
Right.
Where possible, because you never know who's watching you. And somebody might just say, you've lost your bank account because of this. So what I do now is I look to see what's happening in the world, and I only put out real social posts that's not going to hopefully not offend anybody in such point. So I don't know if I'll use it, but do you know we're still going into this? So Elon Musk is letting everybody back on the platform, even the people, oh, I don't want him on, he should be banned. Well, he's letting them on. Now, I've got a feeling with this new one with Facebook or whatever, they might say, we don't like you, you're going off the platform. I've got a feeling that might happen.
It's obviously going to have to be heavily policed in its early days to make sure that they don't attract people that should, well, I mean, it's all in our...
views may be different from your own and you don't like it, so let's cancel them. I think everybody in the world should have their say. Everybody. Whether you like them or not.
Yeah, it depends. I mean, the majors have started to go on there today, so it may well become like Twitter, a news platform. Yeah, if sort of the Guardian and the Daily Mail and Telegraph all join in and post up-to-date news, and the BBC join as well, and it's going to be interesting to see where it actually goes.
Is GB News on it yet? Can you tell me?
Just a minute.
And while you're looking at, I've got to tell you something. Do you know who won the Trick Awards?
Oh, gee, Peter.
The Trick Awards. Now, let me tell you, Stephen and I had a bet 2 years ago now, actually, that GB News wouldn't last 6 months. It's now 2 years. And instead of this little committee that decided who was going to be the best presenter, etc., they put it out to the people. Do you know who won a few awards?
Can I guess and say GB News?
GB News. Do you know who was the best new presenter?
GB News.
Mr. Farage.
Oh, right, okay.
When he collected his trophy, he was booed, and the people that were backing it were actually, I think it was BLM supporters, and they took it down. And he says, why did you take it down? I won. And it went up again without them the next time. He was actually, when they went to the drink ceremony at the beginning, he was actually put out. He won. You know, whether you like him or hate him, he won. and GB News won a couple of awards because they put it to
Coots
the
don't
people.
like him, do they?
Sorry?
Coots. The Queen's Bank, sorry, the King's
Yes,
Bank
yes.
don't like him. They've terminated his account.
Yeah,
He's not
that's going to
rich
be
enough.
fun because the law's going to wait to be changed. It's not. It's just
No, it wasn't prejudice. It wasn't anything to do with prejudice. Coots have rules which say to bank with us, you need to have £2 million on deposit.
let me correct you in that because people have been showing their accounts and saying, actually showing what they've got. This is what is in my account. They've actually showed it.
Right.
It said, this is what is in my account. And it was a few £100 and they're still banking with them.
Right. Okay.
There's going to be a change. Listen, it's McCarthyism. You remember McCarthy?
Before my time, Peter.
No, it's not because
But
you're older than me.
red under every bed.
Everybody was a red until innocent, and that's what they've done in America. McCarthyism. You couldn't be a communist in America because McCarthy would have you hounded out. McCarthyism.
Right. Okay. Right.
Anyway, anybody should be able to say what they want as long as it doesn't incite violence.
Yeah. To answer your question, Peter, about Threads, GB News are on Threads, so I followed them just to keep in the loop. And also the Guardian are on there, and the New York Times, everybody seems to be joining. I say everybody, probably everybody. National Geographic are there. Coldplay are there. I've got to follow Coldplay. Pretty Little Things are there. Everybody's getting in. Jay Shetty is there. Already got 110,000 followers.
Who's that?
Jay Shetty.
Who's that?
John and I know who he is, don't we, John?
I think so.
Right. Jay Shetty went for some advice about being a social media person to somebody who know well, Thomas Power. And Thomas advised him exactly what to do. And now he's next Tibetan monk. And he wrote a book, and he is now world famous and a speaker, and he travels the world spreading happiness, really.
I have seen him. Yeah, I have seen him now. And I've seen him for a while, like.
Right.
But no, I'm actually not going to be using social media for much apart from now promoting my business, really. I'm keeping off of Threads and things like that. You know, I'll just post nice stuff now because, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I just followed about 15 accounts whilst I was listening. So Threads could well go somewhere. Okay. Right, so it may well turn out to be better than Twitter. Fingers crossed. I mean, starting from scratch. So,
well, Stephen, why don't you like Twitter now?
I basically don't see anything in my feed which is relative to me, and basically posting on Twitter, you're wasting your time because nobody can see it. That's
Why
just my view.
See it?
Sorry?
Why can't people see it?
Because it's not shown in the newsfeed. Yeah. Yeah. It's past its sell-by date. I mean, just give you for instance, if you are a member of a Facebook group which is 6 to 7 years old,
yeah.
is it busy or quiet?
It's quiet.
It's quiet. It's very quiet. People have stopped going into old groups, which is why Molly Mahoney is now proposing that forget your old groups, just leave them where they are and start pop-up groups. Just start a group on a particular topic, invite people to talk about the topic, and when you finish talking about it, close the group.
Wow.
And that's the way to get interaction, because you're actually telling people this is what we're going to be talking about, and you'll get help and information and everything. Join the group, and then when we're finished, we'll just close it. And that's getting more interaction in the old groups. I mean, a group with 10,000 members doesn't mean it's going to be busy. It just means it's got 10,000 people who are there once.
Yeah.
Or possibly twice. Yeah.
I mean, the posts I put. Do you know what I got? I done a reel with my dog. I don't know if you've seen it, and it was me petting my dog. That got more views than anything else.
Well, yeah, dogs and cats and goldfish. Anything, yeah.
Speaking about dogs, Sheila woke me up Saturday morning, I think it was. Yeah, Saturday morning. Quick, get up, 4 in the morning. My dog was dying, a puppy. And took a, believe it or not, when we went to the vet, she says, this dog's high. What do you mean high? It was like, couldn't stand it. And seemingly, a dog a day is going into the surgery because they're finding cannabis and they're also eating people's waste with drugs in it, right?
Oh.
And so I've never, I mean, the dog was, eyes were shut. I thought we were losing her. And then, whatever happened, she got pneumonia. And they said to Sheila that, because she went to a second time where I'm not happy, I'm going back. And they said, look, there's a high chance that it won't be a good outcome. But she's okay now. But what a scare. What a scare.
Indeed.
So there you go, well done, the vets, you know. Didn't I like your bill? I'm putting this place that I went to, I actually get rid of wasps and everything for him. And this is, wow, this is just to let you know, my prices are going up.
We say hello to listeners on Royston Radio. Thank you for joining us. This is Blabbing for Britain, episode 381, the UK News Review. Anything can happen and probably will. And we talk about anything that comes into our minds, really. Wimbledon started. Who's watching Wimbledon?
Sheila is.
Good. I am too. Angelica's not, but I am.
Mm-hmm.
And when we have coffee and cake at 3:15 in the afternoon, I'm watching Wimbledon and Angelica's just surfing the phone. But it's that day today, Peter. Andy is playing today.
Okay.
Andy is definitely British at this point.
But he's for Scotland separation.
No, basically, Andy is British until he loses, at which point he becomes Scottish. That's just a tradition, really. But he is playing today. Good luck to him. And it's amazing. I mean, he's playing with a metal leg at his age, and he's come back. He's playing better than he did in 2016. Yeah, because you've got to remember, he's won Wimbledon twice. First time was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And he's still playing today. That's sort of, he's Superman, has to be said, to be able to do that.
Yeah.
So.
Good luck, Tim. Do you know what gets me in life is people, you see them become famous for what they do, like tennis and football. Why have I not been given a gift that made me millions? Why is that?
Because we can't all be given a gift that makes millions. Because if we all made millions, then that would cock everything up. Because
when you look at people, you say, where did they start? What's their background? How did they get there? You know?
Yeah. Indeed.
I mean, people see me as successful. There's no way I'm successful. I'm still on that hamster wheel.
We're successful in our own arenas. Yeah? You don't have to be globally successful. Yeah? We can't all be Elton John.
No.
There's only one Elton John.
Yeah.
What amazes me is he did Glastonbury, which with his 2-hour set and sort of blew the whole place apart. Over 100,000 people watching, 7.7 million people watching on the BBC. And then a week later, he did it all again in France. And then a week later, he did it all again in Germany.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy is incredible.
That gives me hope.
Indeed. indeed. I mean, if he at 76 can do a 2-hour set every week, then there is hope for us all.
Well, we do a 3-hour set, and we are really working it just now. He's coming in after this. We've got a new video made, a pictorial one with music underneath.
Yeah.
And so we've got tartan trousers, we've got new, and we're putting a lot of work in behind the scenes with tartan, not the teddy boy jackets. We've got them. We're going to wait to get tartan on them, and there's all this costing us money. And when we ask for 300 quid or something, oh, we can't afford that. You know what I mean? And it's but you've assisted all. We've got to go to the cheaper places to get known, so we can hone our skills. And even Rod Stewart was a busker, I believe, at one time, you know.
Yeah, it's basically, it's an uphill battle, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
To get on in the music business. And I wish you every success, but it is difficult to actually do it, to actually get basically a following. That's what you need. You need a fan club, Peter.
Yeah, you need, well, my biggest frustration for me is I go on a Saturday night and I speak to people that know me in the pub. I go to, it's a karaoke pub as well, and they come up and say, "Oh, it's great." Where are you singing now? We're not. We're waiting for new gigs. We're building up. We're just a way to go. Because most of the gigs for the year have been placed around about August, November. That's when people get the books out and give people gigs. You know, at the moment we can only get gigs. But having said that, we knocked on 5 doors and got 4 gigs this year. And we've not even been booked for New Year. I said to all, we'll put out an advert saying, add a touch of tartan to your New Year celebrations. Looking for a booking.
Right. Okay. And will you actually put that as an advert on Facebook?
I'll coming in today and we'll put it out, you know, and get decent money for it, you know.
Yeah.
But, so all the people that's listening on Royston Radio, just to let you know, singers actually don't make a lot of money. Cut me off.
Peter was talking away there, telling us about the Rocking Jocks, who are a duo up in the Aberdeen area. And Peter is being very animated at the moment. You can't see him, but he's obviously talking to somebody on the phone. But the music business is difficult, and wish Peter and his partner well. Yeah. He might sing for us later. You never know. That's possible, isn't it, John?
Sorry about that. Sneeze along. I hope not. I mean, yes, it's possible, but I hope not.
Right. While Peter's doing that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here and I'm going to share something on screen. So let's put this in the stream. And I'm going to go like this. And I'm going to go like this. Just a minute. And I should be able to get there. I've got there. Right. Okay. Mic's off, please. I'm going to switch my mic off in a second. Yesterday saw, well, I'm going to put it full screen because you can't see half of it. Saw myself and Angelica live on one stream, live on the YouTube channel. Let's just play a little clip. I'm going to start it. Switch my microphone off, start it. I'm going to. $11 products. As soon as I've got number 3, it will show, and there you have it. Creating shuffle videos, and I'm joined by Angelica to talk about this, because this basically, we all have our strengths, and Angelica's strength for years now has been creating shuffleable video, which, well, Angelica, first of all, could you introduce yourself and your business?
Okay, well, you've already said who I am. I'm Angelica Davy of Angelica's German Tuition and Translation. And basically, I help German learners achieve their goal of fluency with tailor-made advice, books, planners, journals, online courses, and also one-to-one lessons, which can either be regular or one-off, whenever you may need some lessons. I think that's about
joining the live broadcast. Now, students
and see whether it and then pay.
right. Okay. Okay, now that's very well, it hits you, doesn't it? I mean, basically what you've done is told a story of learning German in 365 days, and it comes across well. And I just want to remove that. Okay, we're back. Okay, so the thing that took place yesterday was that Angelica and I obviously been doing a German language show every 2 weeks for the last 6-7 years. But yesterday we appeared together and we weren't talking in German. We weren't talking about German. We're on the OneStream YouTube channel and we're talking about shoppable live streams and shoppable videos. So I just enjoyed that. I just wanted to bring it on screen. So thank you for letting me. You okay, Peter?
Yeah, it's me back. Sorry, my cousin phoned me. He doesn't know I'm on it this time.
Yeah, neither does anybody else, Peter. I mean,
How long have been going and my audience is zero?
there are some people who watch, but there aren't as many as there used to be, has to be said. Perhaps when we can get to episode 400 or before 400, we can have a discussion, because we are effectively at the moment enjoying a good natter, and we're doing it live, but it's just us. Yeah. Apart from the people listening on Western Radio, of course. I'm not too sure about that. So there you go. Okay, what's happening in the news this week, apart from threads? I'm trying to find...
I think something's going to wait to happen with Nicola Sturgeon. There's rumours abound just now up here, and I'm actually getting quite sick of it. This situation, and this is one of the reasons I stay on Twitter. So the latest news is that the Scottish government, the COP, cost a lot of money, but the Scottish Parliament over to some Spain or something like that, it cost of £140,000, and all got rooms and stuff like that. And people aren't happy about it because they spent a lot of money. I don't know how they would. I don't know how they've. I'm just trying to get it here, but it's come out how much they spent, and all this is coming out. Yeah. So there was a lot of money spent. Things are getting looked into. Money was ring-fenced. We've still not got an answer to that ring-fenced money, and it's went a bit quiet because, but everybody's playing a waiting game to see what happens. Personally, I think that's going to be a bit like the Labour situation. Went to Durham. As far as I'm concerned, they broke the rules in the Labour Party in their little meeting, because it was meant to be off the cuff, but it wasn't, because it was pre-arranged seemingly. And then the one that I'm really interested in, who's basically in your face and so smarmy. Do you know who I'm talking about? A Tory. Mr. Jenkins, Sir Robert, is it Robert Jenkins? That's his name. Turns out he was on the committee after Boris and etc. Harriet Harman says, I'm going to get him. And guess what? He's now under investigation for having a party with his wife during COVID, and people were invited to it. A very small room, seemingly. And he's usually on there giving it that. But not anymore.
Peter,
he's picked up a rock and went under it.
Yeah.
It's not a news item down here.
There you go. He's went very, very, and that was him. It was having a go. He says you should. Basically, he was saying he should resign, and
Peter's frozen.
You should resign. But the media have tried to get hold of him. Absolute radio silence. And that's what happened. And do you know who went to the party seemingly? One of our ex-prime ministers.
Which one?
Theresa May.
Oh.
Seemingly.
Okay.
All alleged, of course.
Yeah.
It's all alleged.
Indeed. Okay.
What about that other lady, Sue Gray? Have you heard about her?
Basically, Sunday they said she was clear to join the Labour Party, and Monday they said she wasn't.
Well, they've still let her join. The committee or something says, no, it's okay for her to do it. But a civil servant looked up the rules and says she broke the rules by speaking to Sir Keir Starmer during the investigation of Boris Johnson. Do you think that was fair?
Well, I don't think it had any effect on what happened to Boris Johnson.
But she broke the rules by speaking to Sir Keir Starmer about a job with a Labour Party. So I don't think that's fair. I don't think she should be allowed to get the job. And it seems to be in our life, there are some rules for some and some rules for other. And that's what our society's broken into at the moment. Whether you're left, right or centre, everybody should be treated the same.
You mentioned Sir Keir Starmer. He actually came up with something quite good yesterday. He believes that speaking skills should be taught in schools.
Yes, I could be a trainer.
I think it's a very good positive thing because most kids don't have a clue about standing up and speaking and interacting with people.
You're absolutely
I actually think it's something that they should pursue.
Well, I think it's a good idea because I've interviewed some younger people just recently, can't look you in the eye, and even worse, and Eamon Holmes was on about it today, they can't spell. I was hearing a lady that I know, she said to one of her younger people in her office, write a letter to this guy. Do you know how she spelled? She spelled everything in text speak. You as in you instead of Y-O-U. A formal letter. Text speak. She says, you're not sending that. What's happened?
Well, I don't think we do a good job of teaching English these days, but I wouldn't want to be a teacher. Terrible job to have. Not with today's children.
I don't think. Who can actually say that they enjoy their job anymore? A lot of people can't, can they?
It depends what their job is.
Listeners, type into Royston if you're listening to this and type out what you like about your job. What do you like about your job? Because I often ask my guys actually at work for me who are all older, and I say, how are you getting on? You still enjoying the job? Yeah. Why do you enjoy the job? You let us get on with it. And they like the freedom, although they get their tasks. And they like getting out and about. You know? And although people have heard me ranting on here, one of the guys that died recently who worked for me, I met his mum in the street and she actually said to me that he said I was probably the best employer he's ever had. Now that meant a lot for me. I don't believe in being a bully employer or anything like that. you know. And so it is. And I've met people who make much, much more than me, but guess what?
They're
hate
not happy.
they hate going into their job every day. What I would say to people is, don't worry about qualifications, because there's something out there for you. If you get it, good. But if you're not one of those achievers academically, you can go out and build yourself up a little business like I did. You know, I left school with no qualifications. I feel bad about it now, but I'm not thick. And maybe some of you do think I'm thick. And it's just having a positive attitude and go and get. I just wish I was the 27-year-old that I was when I started in business. You know, nobody was holding me back. What I'm not great at is financials and things like that. So guess what? I've outsourced all that. And my new mentor has really come in and shown me things where I've saved thousands recently, John. I've saved thousands by doing specific things in the business, you know, that were costing me. And we've really looked into that, you know. And I'm going fully paperless shortly. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Is being paperless such a good thing?
Sorry?
Well, you can never go fully paperless because of your requirement for tax records and things. But yeah,
It's all online, and the government encourages you to do all your stuff online.
I can't remember the last time I printed anything out.
Yeah.
Probably a speech I was giving for twinning about 4 years ago. That's the last time I printed anything. Everything is, you said, Peter, is online. There's no need to print at all.
Yeah, there's a thing called tax by digital or something like that. There's a name for it, I've forgotten it. But the government wants you to do everything tax-wise and everything, send it in, you know. I've been doing that for a while, actually, you know.
MTD, making tax digital.
That's it, yeah, something like that, yeah. And it's quite...
But you're still required to keep the records.
Oh, yes.
You're still required to keep your receipts or to photograph them or photocopy them.
Yeah.
So even there are elements in there that require...
Even when new contracts are going to be signed digitally or reports. One of the problems I've got in my business is the customer for, when were you last here? So look at your book. Can't find a book. And they end up giving me another one, and then later on you find they've got 5 books lying there because nobody bothers to go and look for it. I says, no, if the environment health comes in, they need that book. So what we're doing with this one is they're getting a big A4 clipboard, goes somewhere in their property, and they type in www. the name of my business / and their number, and they can go and look at all the reports online. And it's there in the cloud. No paper.
Right. Update. I now have 10 followers on Threads. And that's all because I posted just before we went live. And I've been joined by a lot of people I know from 15 years ago. So basically, I can go through this list. I'm not going to name names, but Academy, Angelica, Academy, and Academy. Okay, so all those people I knew more than 15 years ago just joined me. So obviously, if the crowd that were on Academy are getting involved, this is going to go places.
Oh, guess what just happened?
Don't know yet.
My friend Andy, I dropped him off to the airport 2 days ago, and he's in Berlin, and he's just showed me a picture by a river, and I'm so jealous.
Well, you're going soon, aren't you?
Well, I was going to go just shortly to Berlin, but I couldn't make it because things caught up with me. And the houseboat I was going to live in, it's on the river, yeah, the Spree, and I was going to go there and live in the boat, but it's fully booked. And this is why WhatsApp's great. He got on, well, looked at him. I said, "Where are you?" He says, "I'm here," and he was showing me the cycle lanes and everything, and I was so jealous. But he's looked up all the places that I never knew before. He's going to wait to see a puppet place. And I found a new guy that does tours in Berlin, young dude with long hair, and he's out pushing Berlin as a tourist guide, you know.
Yeah.
And it's great, the things that I need to go back twice a year or something, very cheaply. I've got to do it in the cheap. I'm not spending a lot of money. And my friend uses the transport system because he's a bit of a grip, but he certainly knows how to have a good time. He's got his day all booked in, you know. So jealous.
Right, looking for stories. Yeah, there's nothing much going on. I mean, we're heading towards summer, and Parliament will be dissolved, and nothing political will be going on. Wishing good luck to the England cricket team. Did you see did you see any cricket? Have you seen any cricket at all? No. No. I know the answer before I ask the question. Australia are 2 up in the Test series. The third match is today, 3rd of 5. We have to win it to stay in it. But in the last Test match, there was basically, the whole crowd at Lord's, and Lord's is probably the most placid cricket ground anywhere in the world. Very supportive of people, but they were livid last weekend when the Australian team did not play to they played to the rules of the game, but not to the spirit of the game. And our wicketkeeper was given out, and they didn't need to do it. They didn't need to do it. Anyway, looking forward to the match today, and it should be good. Should be good.
Here's the thing about cricket I've seen, if you don't mind mentioning cricket. Who was the person that done the low hand ball so you couldn't hit a 6? Who was that? Was that English team?
It's been done several times over the years.
But have the English team ever done it to their opposition?
I don't know, Peter. I don't know. It's possible. It's possible.
There was a famous one where they underbowled it, and it wasn't cricket. Yeah.
Well, it wasn't illegal. It just wasn't in the spirit of the game.
Neither was what the Australians did.
Oh no, it was legal, but was it in the spirit of the game? That's the question. I mean, he walked out of his crease, but he did put his bat down first, but the ball was still alive, and is the umpire not to say something? Let him know. The only thing the umpire can do is say out, because according to the laws of the game, I mean, what could have happened? The wicket was thrown down by the wicketkeeper whilst the batter was out of his ground. So technically, well, in fact, legally, he was out. But the appeal was by the Australian wicketkeeper, and their captain could have overruled it and said, no, we're not having this. We're not playing this way. We're not going to win using tactics like that. We're going to win properly. Yeah. But he didn't say a thing.
Right. See, here's the thing. What you probably don't know is I've actually played cricket. I've played cricket. And you know, I was always made sure that my bat was in the crease. Always, I knew, you know. And I used to look for people coming out of the crease and try and throw the ball at a wicket. Because that's what I'm like. But I'm going to give cricketers a tip. Listen, I'm not a cricketer. I'm going to give you a tip. Always keep your bat in the crease. That's a good tip.
It was until it wasn't, Peter. Yeah.
That's the rules of the game.
There's a bit of needle there, but I think it's publicity being what it is. It's been blown out of proportion to just get on with the game today. But it's exciting to watch.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I mean, to hit 155... the guy was on 82.
Right.
Scored 82 runs. What does he do next?
I don't know.
He hit 3 sixes.
Right.
Bring up his century, and that is class. Yeah.
Yeah.
This Roy the Rovers stuff. You couldn't, if you wrote it, it couldn't happen. But it was so special, a special day. So they were good and bad.
We've got a cricket ground in Aberdeen called Manifield, right up in the west end of the city. And my bank got in touch with me one day and said, "We'd like you to take you to cricket and have some lunch with us." And I said to them, "Why, have you phoned everybody in Aberdeen with your bank accounts and I'm the only one available?" I'm a part of your quota. I did go and meet other business people. But as for watching it, oh my.
Well, trying to explain that a game lasts 5 days is impossible, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're all used to football, where a game lasts 90 minutes plus injury time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's nearly that time again. We're getting closer and closer to the new Premiership season, and Burnley will be playing the first game against Manchester City on the Friday of that weekend.
Okay.
So definitely looking forward to that.
Very good.
Okay. Right, so you're not watching Wimbledon, you're not watching cricket. What the heck are you watching?
I watch YouTube shorts.
Mm-hmm.
My computer keeps going a black screen. That's it. I must set it on something if it's not moving the thing. So basically, what I sit down is look at Twitter, and I watch YouTube, and I look back in World War II history. That's what I do. And did you know, there's somebody I was looking at famous today on Twitter. There's a few of them come up on Twitter, and it says post 1 of 5, and you follow it through. Yeah. And there was a famous guy that made French guy, famous for perfume and everything. And he didn't know his sister was a member of the resistance.
Mm-hmm.
And she used to type up messages and deliver them, but she was caught. She was put into a concentration camp, and that he thought he'd never see her again, but she survived, right? And she came back, and he named it his first perfume after the war, his sister's name.
Right.
And sorry, I can't remember, but that's what I like. I like going back and finding about the unsung heroes and things like that happened, and their stories should be promoted. You know, that's what was marvel. I would never have been a spy. I would have, the minute they took a hot iron to put it bottom my feet, I would have told them everything.
Right. I'm enjoying at the moment reading. I've got Kindle Unlimited, so I'm reading a lot of books. You just read the book, send it back, read the book, send it back. It's like a lending library, but you're actually reading the latest books. And I'm reading a lot of books at the moment by Alex Ward and some other guy. And it's just, you can just consume them and then just move on. But you learn things as you're actually going along. They're all about Berlin.
All right.
Very interesting, very interesting to hear what actually went on, because we know what happened on our side.
Yeah.
Knowing what happened over in France and Germany is very interesting to get.
By the way, the lady, it was Christian Dior's sister.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So tell me one of the things that happened to Berlin. It might surprise me then out of your book.
Yeah. It's definitely worth a read. It's a thriller. Okay.
Can you give me an example of what you read?
No. I read it and forget it, Peter.
Okay, right.
Yeah. In fact, I'm just going to come to the point. Do you ever find yourself, and it could just be me, that you're talking about something and you want somebody's name or you want the name of an item and it's just not there? Yeah. John?
I'm finding that increasingly happening. I want to say something and I can't remember what I want to say or name.
That's why Sir Elton John had words in front of him singing.
That's fine. That's not. I mean,
It's not a problem now. I've got words in front of me as well. If anybody gives me a hard time, I say, right, next time you're playing, I'm going to come up and I'm going to take your song sheet away from you, so you should know every number, every chord, every word. Okay? Thank you very much. Take it away. What would they do then?
Some bands would be struggling.
Correct.
I've got a feeling that Elton would be able to do it, but I mean, it's just a precaution, isn't it, in case he does forget anything.
Yeah, Robbie Williams was the same when he was in the Isle of Wight there. They were all surrounding him, the words.
Yeah.
You know? You just can't remember everything. You just can't do it.
No.
I have a blockage.
Yeah, I mean, when I go live on Amazon Live, I'm live twice today at 2 o'clock and 4 o'clock. I don't have a problem then, but that's because I got prompts all around me.
Can I ask you? Did you say there's only about 2 of you left doing that live now?
Sorry, please can you say that again?
There's only a couple of you left doing Amazon Live. Did you say some of them bailed out?
Basically, there are still people doing Amazon Live, but Amazon have sort of given it over to the superstars and the brands and what have you. So we're just waiting for it to come back. 11th and 12th of July is our Amazon Prime days. So fingers crossed it will come back then. I'm not saying I'm not earning money, but I'm not earning as much as I used to.
Wow.
And a lot of people have basically sort of switched. I don't know where they've gone, but they've stopped broadcasting in Amazon Live. Amazon is still investing in it. Yeah, they're still improving the app. They're improving the facilities on the pages. They're working hard at it. But for the moment, they've switched off the fact that if I show a camera, I don't appear on the camera's page. That's the bit that's missing, and they can just switch it back on whenever they want. I mean, at the moment, they're testing something which is weird.
Right.
When you go over to Amazon Live and you're watching a video, top left-hand corner, it says live, and it says the number of people watching. Now, human nature is that if you come across a show with one person watching, you'll think twice. If you come across a show with 200 people watching, you'll go and join and find out what it's all about. Yeah. That's human nature, isn't it? They've switched the numbers off. So that no matter who you go and watch, you can't see basically who's watching with you. Yeah. Right. So you can't see what the popular programs are. And I've now got a line which runs along the bottom of the screen, which says Amazon Live have switched off the numbers, but I know you're not watching alone, because on my iPad app, I can actually see the number of people watching concurrently live. And I never get down to singleton. So they are, I say, well invested in it, and they just need to throw the switch and let us back in. I'm still there. Marco's still there. We're sort of keeping things going. Nick and I still do the show on Mondays with the movie quiz. So keeping over there. And then there's brand recognition as well, because I go over there and I broadcast, and I'm broadcasting with this on screen all the time. I just put it on screen now. Yeah. Live, yeah. So I'm promoting show cards, got Be Live on it. That during the live broadcast, I'm showing Be Live and talking about Be Live. So I'm out there promoting be.live. That's so quite
Stephen, sorry.
Best
Have
marketing.
you ever thought of doing a YouTube channel with drop shipping?
Have you?
Well, I've thought of I just think the likes of QVC, for instance, right? They make money out of that, of people watching, right? And I've been watching a lot of YouTubers recently, right? Yeah. Just talking about things, and some of them are making a fortune. You know, some of them are weird, and other ones are maybe talking about a place. But I just thought if you could gain interest with what you got. I was a cycling guy I used to watch, and he would put in links, but he was an affiliate for the things I wear on cycling. But the affiliate doesn't make you much money. But if you got a drop shipping, right, where you make more money, and then they just put their name, give you your name and address line, and send it to them.
Yeah, I mean the rules. the Rolls Royce of systems is the integration between Shopify and YouTube.
Right.
Shopify, probably the world's most well-known shopping system, where you can set up your products and you can set up descriptions and prices and put images in there, and then you can go live on YouTube, and it totally integrates. Yeah. You can take products from Shopify and show them on screen and sell them, and you've got all the back end on Shopify to actually deliver it and everything. You can do drop shipping from there.
Yeah.
There are two things about it, though. One, the cost is from $49 a month, so you've got to make an investment up front. And then the other thing is that YouTube say, fine, okay, but you need to have 500 followers on YouTube. You need to have 3,000 watch hours on YouTube. You need to have XYZ on YouTube. So getting in there,
right,
the entry level is just so high. You can't just rock up on YouTube and sell.
Yeah,
you have to pre-qualify, and you pre-qualify by having a well-respected YouTube account with a lot of followers and a lot of people watching your videos. Now, I've got to say, from my point of view, YouTube is just there. I don't do anything with it.
Yeah.
Which is why I keep getting approached on LinkedIn by YouTube promoters saying, I've just looked at your YouTube channel, and basically, I've got to say, it's crap. I can help you make it better.
Right.
I can do all the SEO for you. I can get you thousands of viewers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not into that. It's basically, it is. I mean, as you said a moment ago, the thing about YouTube is that if you're going off AdSense, then that's not a route to a fortune, is it?
No.
Yeah. AdSense revenue, unless you're actually getting hundreds of thousands of views of your videos, is just not worth it. John?
Yeah. I have no interest in selling on any of these social things, because I'm doing less and less by the week rather than more and more.
Yeah.
John, it's over to you.
Oh, it's that time. Oh. Well, it went quite quick today, but mainly because Peter did all the talking today. So, he likes to hear himself, doesn't he? So it's goodbye from him up there in Aberdeen. Wave. Him down there in Wiltshire, and me in the West Midlands. And same time, same place next week. Bye.